Hey everybody, welcome to the Educationist channel. You guys, I'm so pumped for today's video. We're talking about China. We're going on a wild ride through some mind-blowing facts about this incredible country. Get ready to have your minds blown wider than a fortune cookie after a double espresso. We're talking ancient wonders, crazy cool customs, and did someone say pandas? Because, spoiler alert, we'll be hanging out with some adorable pandas later in the show. Make sure you stick around until the end for that cuteness overload. Seriously though, China is a country with such a rich history and vibrant culture that it's impossible not to be fascinated by it. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on an epic journey of discovery. Let's do this thing. All right, first up, we got to talk about the big guy, the main attraction, the Great Wall of China. This thing is legendary. I mean, you guys, this wall is over 13,000 miles long. That's like walking from New York City all the way to, back to New York City and then around the world a couple of times for good measure. Can you imagine building something that massive? It took centuries and the manpower of millions. They didn't have any fancy construction equipment back then. Just pure grit, determination, and probably a whole lot of rice. The craziest part, you can actually see the Great Wall from space. It's like a giant stone serpent winding its way across the landscape. How cool is that? Next up, let's talk about Chinese New Year. This isn't your average New Year's Eve countdown, folks. We're talking a 15-day extravaganza. That's right, 2 weeks of parties, parades, fireworks, and enough delicious food to satisfy even the pickiest of eaters. And speaking of food, have you ever seen a dragon dance? They're these incredible, colorful performances where dancers weave a giant dragon through the streets, bringing good luck and fortune to everyone they pass. It's like a giant moving piñata, but way more impressive. Oh, and I can't forget to mention the red envelopes. During Chinese New Year, it's customary for elders to give out red envelopes filled with money to the younger generation. It's like trick-or-treating, but instead of candy, you get cash. Who wouldn't love that? Chapter 3, Pandemonium. All right, guys, you knew this was coming. It's panda time. These cuddly creatures are like the rock stars of the animal kingdom. They're adorable, they're clumsy, and they spend most of their day eating bamboo. Seriously, they can pack away up to 40 pounds of bamboo a day. That's like eating a small refrigerator's worth of salad. And those dark circles around their eyes? That's not from staying up all night partying, though I wouldn't blame them if it was. Those are actually scent glands that help them mark their territory. It's like their own personal perfume, but for pandas. Sadly, these guys are endangered, but thankfully China's been doing an amazing job with conservation efforts. So hopefully these fluffy ambassadors of joy will be around for generations to come. Chapter 4. The Forbidden City, not so forbidden anymore. Next stop on our whirlwind tour of China, the Forbidden City. This place is like stepping into a history book. If that history book was filled with golden roofs, sprawling courtyards, and enough secrets to make your head spin. For centuries, the Forbidden City was the ultimate VIP zone, home to emperors, their families, and like 1,000 eunuchs. Can you imagine living in a palace with 9,999 rooms? Talk about a house party. Today, the Forbidden City is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a must-see for any visitor to China. It's a stunning example of Chinese architecture and a fascinating glimpse into the lives of the emperors who once ruled the Middle Kingdom. Chapter 5. Tea time. It's always tea time in China. Okay, let's wrap things up with something near and dear to my heart, tea. And no, I'm not talking about those sugary bottled teas you find at the gas station. I'm talking about real deal, authentic Chinese tea. From delicate green teas to smoky oolong and earthy pu'er, there's a tea out there for everyone. It's like the beverage version of finding your soulmate. And the tea ceremonies. They're all about precision, artistry, and showing respect for this ancient beverage. So next time you're feeling stressed, put down the coffee, brew yourself a cup of Chinese tea, and channel your inner Zen master. Outro. Keep exploring. Well, folks, that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of China. I hope you had as much fun as I did. China is such an amazing country with so much to offer. From its ancient wonders to its modern marvels, China will leave you breathless. If you're lucky enough to visit, be sure to pack your sense of adventure, your appetite for delicious food, and maybe even learn a few Mandarin phrases. Ni hao goes a long way. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the Educationist channel for more awesome content, and be sure to let me know in the comments below what other countries you'd like to explore. Until next time, stay curious.